Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chelsea. You know that. I know that. I am just a lady with a bulldog, a camera, and too many opinions. And it's time for another Girl World update.
Where am I?
The pit of despair.
Exactly, teardrop. Quick little few reminders about Girl World, okay? The girls lie. That's number 1. The girls always tell on themselves. That's number 2. Number 3, they will never leave their partners. Their partners are typically the ones that do the leaving. Number 4, do not touch the poop. This is not a petting zoo. You do not interact with people that I ever put in my videos. That's actually just like a Chelsea rule, but also Girl World as well. It is applicable there too. So keep your hands and feet inside this comment section at all times. Number 5, we do not raw dog Girl World content. We watch it through reaction channels and commentary channels as to not give our digital currency, so to speak, to these grifters, these scammers, these, I don't even know what to call them. Number 6, and this, in my opinion, is one of the most important. We do not make disparaging comments, rude comments, bullying comments, harassing comments regarding the weight of anyone in Girl World, because it is not about their physical appearance with that, okay? There is many things to come at them for. That on its own is not one of them. We can get into ethics and like health and stuff, but got it. So last time we talked about Chantel, also known as Foodie Beauty. She was doing live streams and content showcasing a little girl in Syria. Apparently she had just moved to Syria, and this little girl has Down syndrome, and she was really just exploiting her, in my opinion, on her live stream and getting people to send super chats and gifts and donations into her PayPal and all that so that she could donate it to this little girl and her family so that they could send her to school. Now, after a lot of people found this to be fishy, if you will, Chantel not only doubled and tripled down that she was going to show receipts that she actually did put money and donations and things like that towards this little girl's school where she said it was going to go, but she also quickly after that said something along the lines of like, I don't need to show you. I don't need to prove to you. And it's like, what? Now, Girl World is definitely something that's super interesting to me, myself, because I have trouble feeling bad. It's not gonna sound horrible. I have trouble feeling bad for the people that they're scamming because it's just so like blatantly obvious at this point that these people are truly grifters and unhealthy in multiple aspects of their life. And I'm not sure how anyone could support them or give their money to them. There are some theories there that I don't want to get into, but a lot of people think that it's like a kink kind of thing, you know? Gross. So what's the latest with the beauty of the foodie? Chantel and her husband, Salah, are apparently separating again, and they're getting a divorce, allegedly, again. This has happened like 6 times, apparently. The couple who have been quote unquote married, because we don't know if this is even true, if they actually are legally married, have allegedly been married for almost 3 years. But as of this week, it's over. For real this time. It's over, guys. I'm sure she's not going to quadruple, triple back again and still be with him. So let's hear what Chantel has to say about it, and shout out to these 2 channels. They are clipping channels, BBQ Chillin' and Just Sayin', for supplying the interwebs and us, we are the interwebs, with these highlights of Foodie's videos, because I, for one, do not want to, again, give my digital currency, even if it's just a view here or there, to this person.
It's just we're not really working out. We're not compatible. Like, you know, maybe people saw it coming, fair enough, you know, it's just, I wanted to give it a really good shot because, you know, there is love there, obviously. It's not him, it's more of like a cultural differences that are just really, I don't feel like myself. Like, no matter how hard I try, I realize that in order to like make the marriage work, I'll have to assimilate into something I don't feel that I am. I mean, it's not that I need time to adapt because I think I've given it a fair go. It's been like 3 years. Some things I welcome change, some things that were not very good for me. It's just that, like, for example, I'll just be in the bathroom and I'll be looking at my Bath and Body Works and like Western products, and I'll be like, I really just want to leave, get in a car and go and like do something by myself. I can't, like, I don't feel like I have like, you know, these are like the same issues, like, and then I moved back to Canada already, remember? It's not really like a bad separation. It's just like, we're kind of at each other's throats more, and I just feel like it's things that are just never going to change, because in order for things to change, we would both have to change a lot of things that we're not really that comfortable changing. And it's just not going to work out.
And now just a heads up with this reaction channel, when Chantel is too boring on camera for them, they show bears, grizzly bears and mises, you know? So just be aware of that. I don't want you to be like walking past your TV if you're just listening to me and then see like a grizzly bear and you're like, what's happening?
What do you mean a PayPal fundraiser? Oh my God, it's there on the community tab post. Chat, that's crazy. Hold on, I'm putting it on screen. 3 hours ago, so this was after the stream. So I made a fundraiser on PayPal so you guys can see how much has been raised. I'm raising $10,000 until, that's the weirdest way to type a date out I've ever seen. 2025 10/14. I'm assuming that's the 14th of October this year. Who writes the date? Anyway, never mind. For help me and Julia get home to Canada, please. Stop it. Stop it. You're having to beg your audience for a ticket back to Canada. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is going to take me out. This shit is going to take me out. Recap. Sala and I are separating and I need help with starting over and moving home to Canada from Syria. Girl, you already had it set up. You had it set up. You had an apartment. You had Smokey. You had everything set up and you said, no, I'm going to Syria. He needs me in Syria. I need to be with my family. So we can bees harder and I can be myself again. Guys, what happens if she doesn't make the money? I don't think she needs 10K either. I think she might need 5.
Now here's a screenshot of Chantel's GoFundMe. That cat surely looks like she loves her owner. I mean, I feel like no cat loves their owner, honestly. The GoFundMe is set up by someone named Pete's, which is Chantel's current male best friend, but also like former, but also on again, off again, current and former best friend, but also is an ex of hers. Anyways, this person is someone that she is like on again, off again friends with because her husband won't allow them to be friends. I'm exhausted. So we learned that he created the GoFundMe for Chantel because allegedly Chantel couldn't have created it herself because she's in Syria and there's like international sanctions. Sounds like you maybe have been banned from GoFundMe. What do I know though? I don't know much, so I don't know.
I just want to go back, you know, and establish my life and have fun like I used to. I just really miss that. I miss like being free to just like have the fun I want to have, you know? Salah's not here. He doesn't want to listen to me talk like this, but I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm just being like completely honest about how I feel, and I'm tired of like holding it in. I feel like I'm always holding something in here, and then I freak out and I take it out on him because I don't like, you know, that life is not for me. Exactly. Even Salah said that. Whenever we were talking about separating, he's like, well, I honestly don't feel this life is for you. You're always complaining about something. I don't think there's therapy here for that. It's not about therapy, E2P. It's about differences that in culture. Like we have different fundamental beliefs and values.
Foodie Beauty started e-begging for her Beezers, which is her following, her audience, for $10,000 USD, even though she hadn't priced anything out. She deemed that she would need $10K for a flight home for herself and Julia, which is the cat, and for first and last month's rent for a nice apartment or even another villa, and for furniture. Foodie opens up, and unfortunately, someone started with a $300 donation, and that's gross. So she doesn't have a job now. Is she going to get a job when she's over there? Like, how are you going to continue to pay rent? I'm very much of the mindset, like, beggars cannot be choosers. And if you can't afford to go back home, also, this just sounds like the consequences of your own actions, girl. You were warned and you just kept going back to this person. I'm not trying to blame someone who is in a not great, controlling, whatever, abusive relationship. However, this person's different. If you know the lore, you know the lore, okay? So shortly after Pete's, the ex-current, not current best friend, made the GoFundMe and put it up, Chantel said that it had to be taken down. And some people are claiming that it was taken down by GoFundMe. Some people are saying that it was mass reported, which, I mean, rightfully so. Either way, it looks like she only raised about $850 Canadian. It is believed that she was able to withdraw that money before the GoFundMe was like actually taken down though.
Hey guys, so I deleted my PayPal fundraiser because a couple of hateful weirdo hags were obsessively leaving hateful public comments over and over, and I'm tired of seeing their ugly faces donating $1. So if you want to help, you can just send to my PayPal. Thank you so much to those who donated already. I should have enough for the plane ticket now. I cannot get over the fact that women who look to be in their 60s were leaving such hate. Time to grow up. Anyway, whatever, that will not stop me. And actually, the hate comments added up, so thanks for the money. Thanks again to my supporters, one step closer. So I'm editing this like in my morning in Spain. So it's like midnight in the States and probably morning in the UK. She deleted her PayPal fundraiser or whatever. But when I checked, she already got like $800 like Canadian dollars. I don't even know how much she got right before she deleted the fundraiser. But it was about $850 already.
And here is a screenshot of someone that claimed to have reported her GoFundMe, and it says, "We've received your claim." And then someone else said, "I saw a clip of her saying that someone reported it and now PayPal is asking for some information." And that was in response to basically this person on Twitter saying, "I just checked her page and it looks like it's still up." And another person said, she said, "I have to answer some questions to get it reinstated. Like, are you in Syria trying to raise money?" Yes, it sounds like you are. Which is also interesting because it's like, okay, well, if that person, the ex-best friend, current best friend, former current friend, if that person was the person who started it because you can't have it over there, then okay, like that's understandable. But was it actually that person who started it? Because why would that have been flagged if that person started it for you and it was going to be like sent to them instead of sent to you, and then they were going to send it to you after? Like, be smart. That does not make sense. Anyways, so people did not forget ever about the receipts that she promised to show for her last scam. And this is a community tab post from Chantel. And it says, "Where are the receipts for insert little girl's name? First off, anyone who didn't give a dime can shut the fork up. Second, she's in school. I've posted receipts of her school. The money was given to her parents. I'm not posting receipts of how much they paid for school, transport, etc., so that her school can be doxxed and so that leech reaction channels can make content about it even more. It is my channel and she is family. And if I want to post a pic update with her parents' permission, I can do what I want. Don't like the attitude of this post? Oh well. Foodie and Redacted is coming back soon. Haters have half brains, I swear. 1 minute they demand receipts on Redacted, and the next they freak out if I post an update in her school. Now that is the last of it I will address. I raised money for Redacted's special private school for her clothes transport and help with her family. Thank you to the kind people making a difference in her and her family's lives. I posted proof that she is in school. If that's not good enough, that's too bad. And if you think for a second we would scam literal family, we are with almost every day. You are sick in the head, and you know what else you can do. Anyway, I've addressed this enough. So that's it. Moving on. People freaking out over $1,000 to help a disabled child and her family are sick. Stay away from me for fork's sake. Rich of you to say, no pun intended, people freaking out over $1,000 when you did not have $1,000 to offer and to help. Otherwise, you would have just done it yourself. You wouldn't have crowdsourced that. So interesting, cute. Now that was a super smooth transition. I have not seen you in so long. It's Uncle Reggie. I don't know if you could tell because my mullet's growing out. There's something else you probably don't know either, and that is that the internet is trying to get inside your brain and tell you what to think, and that's not okay. But more than half of Americans are getting their information, their news, from the social medias. According to that Reuters Institute, people no longer trust institutions, they trust personalities. Well, I'm a personality and I trust ground news. But listen, I get it. The institutions have failed us in so many ways. But instead of just wanting them to do better, what do? Turn to that Joe Rogan fella? Just look at these headlines. His 2024 interview with Donald Trump was literally credited for winning him that their election. People have no idea they're being influenced when they think they're being informed. Now that's why Ground News is my go-to platform for the news, to be able to compare these stories, the headlines, the truth, the biases, the fact check. And why I love that Chelsea put them on their channel. She got me set up with that Vantage plan. And let me tell you one more thing. I just Nothing? Get back under the desk. Okay, I'm sorry. Think about what I said. Think about it. I'm so sorry, guys. He told you about ground news? Okay, I guess I'll at least just keep telling you about it. I don't know. So ground news has obviously helped me with that guy, clearly, but I definitely do love knowing where information that I'm reading is coming from. I always say consider the source, and obviously I do mean that, not literally sometimes. I do be hyperbolic. But obviously, I mean that literally too. If you don't know where your information is coming from and just believe it willy-nilly and not understand biases and things like that and who's profiting and benefiting from you believing certain information, you're just going to end up looking silly. And I don't want that for you. I want you to be educated and know all sides of everything, okay? Even if you don't agree with it. Ground News was founded by a female former NASA engineer who saw a much bigger problem here on Earth instead of focusing on, whatever is going on in space or aliens or something like that. And so the only app out there helping you think for yourself and see all sides, gathering articles from thousands of sources around the world, organizing them by story, and then analyzing the political lean, credibility, and even those financial incentives, like I just mentioned, behind each perspective. Y'all know I love when you think critically and logically and all that. You can be silly and goofy too, but when it comes to taking in information, that's obviously more important, okay? Follow your favorite topics, even check out their blind spot feed so you can see, hey, maybe I'm missing a key factor of this topic, of this story. So make sure you go to ground.news/cc or click the link in my description box to sign up for the plan that I use every day and the one that I got Uncle Reggie started with too. And you'll save 40% on their Vantage plan. Like I said, that's the one I use, and that is ground.news/cc. And that knocks down the cost to just $5 a month. Thank you, Ground News, for being a continued sponsor of my channel. Thank you to you guys for continuing to support my sponsors. And now back to the video. Now, Chantel's chats are filled with trolls, obviously, but there are some, unfortunately, real Chantel supporters in there. And I'm not sure if this person is a troll or if they are being genuine, but what they're offering is crazy. Chantel, I've contacted Global Affairs Canada about helping you repatriate to Canada. I shared this link with them and explained your situation based on what you've shared. They are going to be reaching out to you to offer assistance of some kind, but I don't know what. Please keep us updated. Some of us care. Maybe also reach out to your good friend, Pete. I assume that's Pete's. I think when you're settled, you should consider writing a book. Please don't. To add, you should reach out to Global Affairs Canada yourself. Now, one thing I think is, like I said before, she doesn't have a job now. There's no way her channel is, or her YouTube channel or any social media is getting enough views or engagement to sustain anything or really pay for anything. And the views on her channel have been declining pretty steadily, but lately it's gotten pretty bad. And everyone starts somewhere. I get it. Believe me, girl, I was posting beauty content, not foodie beauty, but booty content, booty, on YouTube for like 4 years, getting 400 views per video and making no money at all. But I was delusional and I refused to switch to commentary content, which I should have done from the beginning. But what's interesting is that Chantel, it seems like, can see what is going to do well and perform well in terms of views and what isn't. So for instance, we have here her live stream titled "We Are Separating" earned a whopping of 16,000 views, which again, everyone starts somewhere, but this isn't her starting. She's been on the internet forever. And then her vlog, "Syria's Ancient Ruins are even more incredible than I thought." That's cute. Love that. That amassed not even 6,000 views. And listen, girl, I get it. Sometimes certain videos don't hit. Sometimes our channels take a hit, not to say hit a bunch of times. And then sometimes you fall off, all right? Working on social media is a fickle beast. Making money on social media, right? It's crazy. But per usual, just like with most grifters and con artists, they can be very predictable. And that obviously goes for Chantel as well. She can be a wild card with her behavior. Sometimes, but typically she's very, very predictable. Here's a post from Twitter detailing major events in Foodie's life over the past 2 weeks, which may all literally be a scam to grift money to spend on food, fixing up Salah's family's home, or another vacation where she just goes and eats until she gets so sick that she has to go to the ER. It is, I don't even want to say it's fascinating or interesting because that's so concerning, but like it's a train wreck. It is a train wreck for sure. Until today, none of these gimmicks have been successful. The story tells itself. She's desperate and reaching for any last breath from her channel. 9-1 begs for fall travel money. 9-2 announces she's quitting YouTube. 9-3 returns to live streams. So she quit for one day. 9-7 mukbang. 9-9 fighting on live stream. 9-11 never forget. Another mukbang. 912, a tank vlog. 913, content survey. 914, divorce and fundraiser. Now, many people, of course, have theories about what's really going on between them because I want to say it doesn't make any sense, but nothing about this genre and people in this genre of content or like sub niche makes sense at all. Nothing they do makes sense to me. Some people think that they really are separating and that it's been a long time coming. And then some people think that it is all just part of a scam and that he's in on it too, or maybe he's not in on it. I think he's in on it. But apparently Chantel was even hinting at staying and then said that she would be refunding all of the money if she did stay. But then she's also said that she is really leaving and that they are divorcing and she's leaving. This comment says, will you be readily refunding when you decide that you don't want to end your so loving relationship after all? Seems there were reports of problems after the money raising for the child. And who waits a month to separate after announcement of a separation? It all sounds fishy. And 322 people liked that. And she hearted it and said, I will not change my mind, but yes, I would refund everyone 100%, which I do not think that's going to happen. Now, some people think that that wording is interesting because even this person pointed out on Twitter, notice how hashtag Foodie Beauty says, I will 100% give back refunds if I don't go to Canada. Nothing about moving there. She'll go for a couple weeks and then use that as a loophole because she went. So people think that she's going to go and then go back to Syria. And hasn't she done that before? And people are even doing polls of how long it's going to take. So someone said after hashtag Foodie Beauty recharges in Canada with her favorite food and rugs, how long will it be before she changes her mind and runs back to Syria to work things out because she was just impulsive? And majority of people said 1 to 2 weeks. That's rough. So many people, including my researcher, Kelly, this is like her Roman Empire, so to speak. She thinks, and a lot of other people too, think that Chantel is desperately trying to pay off her bankruptcies in Canada so that she can be in good standing and sponsor Salah for Canadian citizenship. I mean, you got to be in like the best standing girlfriend. And she's not, obviously. Now, let's go over why specifically Kelly, my researcher, thinks that, and I do agree with it too, but we're going to go over why she thinks specifically, and I agree with her, this is correct. Chantel always lies. Chantel has claimed that her husband, that's how she pronounces it, was helping her manage her money and that she was going to be able to pay off her bankruptcies last year, but that did not happen, I guess. And then also she has barely shown any emotion over separating from her husband. And obviously we don't see everything that happens online, but like, I don't think that this person is like, she's never gone through like media training, you know, and she's not a good actress. So I think that if she was upset, and come on, if she could use crying on camera to garner sympathy, absolutely she would, in my opinion. Now, on that point, Chantel posted this to her community tab on YouTube, and it says, they don't sound like they're breaking up. What exactly do you want from us? Is there a single universal component for when people decide to separate? It's interesting that she says separate and not divorce, right? Anyways, do we need to scream and shout and hate one another? I've said numerous times that it is an amicable separation. We are not separating because we fight too much or don't love each other. It's because the bees is calling and I want a Villa 2.0 era. We want different things in life. Ugh. Another good point someone made is that if they aren't a couple and have separated, why hasn't she pulled the couples channel? Because they have a couples channel together. You would think, why keep that up? You're not making money from that, you know? Again, I think it's just another grift. Now, this content creator, Falafel Reacts, is giving her opinion on all of this. And it's interesting because she's giving her perspective as a woman from the Middle East, married to a man from the West, I think he might be from the US, and who is also fluent in Arabic and well-versed in this culture, which is obviously very important.
Not built for this environment, yeah. Like so I have mixed feelings, and I'm still moving. I'm not changing my mind because, like, yeah, I'm just not.
Here's my theory. He has always wanted to come to Canada from the beginning, and at the very beginning, when she first said, no, he doesn't want to come to Canada, he's living in Kuwait, he has a good life, I genuinely believed it because in Kuwait, you can have an amazing life. He can be who he wants to be. He can be around Arabs. He can use his native language. And there's a level of like comfort and security in that. And there's all of the Western comforts in Kuwait. He had the best of both worlds. So probably for a while, he would have been okay with like staying there. But the whole Syria thing threw that off. I also really believe that he did not know that she was bankrupt, and bankruptcy does not allow her to sponsor someone to come to Canada. Why else would he care about paying off her bankruptcy debts? Tell me why. We saw this man message Kai Bella and say, oh man, I don't have any money, but like if you can come here, like, do you have money? Can you come here by your own means? So like he clearly is not like a financially responsible, okay, he's not part of the FIRE movement, okay? He's not trying to retire early. He's not trying to reach financial freedom. That's not his MO. We know that he's been financially irresponsible and he's jobless, okay? So why is he so hyperfixated on paying that? Why would he care? We know he's not genuinely in this relationship with her. We know that he doesn't care about her or give a shit about her. Why? Because paying that, unfortunately for him, paying that is what unlocks his ability to get sponsored in Canada. She's going first because they're about to finish paying this off and she has to set up the apartment for him. She doesn't like that. She doesn't like that she has to leave him alone. That's my theory. She's going ahead of him to set up the apartment, to set up the legal work. That requires work for her. She doesn't want to do that. He's like, bitch, you know how many times I had to go to the visa office to renew this for you, renew that for you? You drove me out of Kuwait where I had a comfortable set up life. Now you're going to do the same for me in Canada. Go set up an apartment, work on immigration, pay up the last of the bankruptcy debts, accrue more money from the views you're going to get because you'll be in Canada. Do any kind of content you need to, get the money up, pay off the bankruptcy, start the process to get me sponsored, and I'm coming to Canada. And that's what she's pissed about. She does not want to leave him alone because she knows he's going to message someone.
So that's where this video was going to end. But of course, there's updates because Chantel does not stop. So first, Chantel's GoFundMe fundraiser was officially taken down and everybody who donated was refunded, as far as we know. And she posted to her community tab and said, all right, so the GoFundMe was taken down. I was given a reason, which I will keep to myself, but Haters Mass reported it basically. So you're not keeping that to yourself. I was also advised that everyone who donated will be fully refunded within 3 to 7 days. I will still try and raise as much as I can to start over in Canada. So if you want to contribute, you can buy the following ways: PayPal donation, cameo video. Oh my God, I need to get a cameo video of her for this video. That would be hilarious. 4, watching my videos, super chats, becoming a member. Got it. And then obviously fundraiser not available. So I had paid for a cameo from Foodie Beauty. And then much to my surprise, I got an email that said that your cameo request has been declined. So I was immediately refunded, probably the fastest she's ever given a refund before. And I got a message from her that said, CCSUAREZ can sit and spin with a blowing a kiss emoji. My plan did not work out that well. Now, her and her husband were scheduled to go on a trip with 16 of her husband's family members. And she claimed that she wanted to see more of Syria and spend more time with his family and him, I guess, before she left. Understandable. Well, the night before they left, apparently she had a panic attack and she decided that she didn't want to go on the trip anymore. And she allegedly made her husband drive her home, which was like several hours away, I guess. So anyways, he drove her home and then drove back, I guess, in the morning or whatever. There was a lot of, back and forth, and then went on this 2-day vacation with his family. And then unfortunately, her first day alone after, he leaves, I don't want to say she eats everything in the house, but like binges. Let's say binges. That's a more like medical term. So she binges. So Salah and his family changed the 2-day trip to actually a 3-day trip, just staying 1 extra day. And Chantel did not like that. She proceeded to lose her shit about it. And she said that she ran out of food. And it's like, can't you go get food? Also, how'd you run out of food in just 3 days? What's going on here? And then she did a live stream because like they were fighting, and she did a live stream about it and did it without like her video up. But the thumbnail that she very intentionally picked was this. And it says, if you ever go live in my house or you talk about me or my family, I will show you what you deserve. Last warning. And the person said, I'm not afraid of you, dipshit. And it's circled. And then they said, don't let me do things you never expected. That sounds very threatening. Anyways, here are some snippets from her live stream.
I just want you to know, if anything happens to me, it was them. It was him. It was them. We were fighting and calling each other bad names, but then he threatened me. I can't call the police. They're probably on his fucking side. I'm gonna try to get out of here, but I can't leave right now. I don't have my bank card. I gave it to him to see if there was anywhere where he could get money for me.
Now, those of you who are well-versed in girl world or maybe pop in from time to time, you may know that Chantel did accuse her ex-husband of being an abuser, and then later retracted and said that she was lying about it, and just overall that she's a liar and an exaggerator as well. And then, of course, in true Foodie Beauty Chantel fashion, she made a claim, retracted it, doubled down, retracted it again, and then quadruple down. It is a girl whiplash. It is crazy. Like, ow to my cervical spine. So let's go ahead and keep skipping around with the snippet from this live stream. And keep in mind, we are cutting out crying, dead air, and more crying and very heavy breathing.
If anything happens, it was them. He's a raging lunatic. There's no embassy here. I'm totally fucked. And now if he comes back, I'm gonna be afraid. I had to talk back to him. I can't let him treat me like shit. He just called me a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. I will show you when I come. See, more threats, so you know. You know. If something happens, it's him. Where am I gonna go? I don't have my bank card. I don't have any money. And I want to stay alive because I don't want him to send somebody here. I'm not afraid of him taking my money. I'm just because there's no ATM. But I need it to get home. And he might destroy it now or something. No, because you're not allowed to insult men here or something like that. I don't know. I fucking hate it. I want to go home. Yeah, I'm going to go pack my bags. You just insulted me and my dead mom. No, I didn't. You fucking liar. You're a liar. Do you want me to show all of the messages? All I did was insult you. And I said I would break your whole house because you threatened to friggin' hurt me physically. Son of a bitch is not insulting your mom. You literally threatened my life. What are you, an abuser? I have no one. You left me here with nothing. Keep crying victim. Yeah, I will be, I'm sure. When you threatened me like that. I can't go. There's no bank here. There's nothing. You let your whole family talk crap about me and insult me. And now, typical narcissistic behavior, you blame the whole thing on me like you always do. If he stubs his toe, he blames me for the furniture being in the way. I'm not even kidding. Why is this here? And then you want to sit there and say I'm liar and it's all my fault. Just stop it. We both hurt each other and you don't take any responsibility. But anyways, or like deflecting or like, you know, it's all my fault, mental health. But yeah, don't worry. Once you come home and I can leave safely, I'll be out of your way. Don't worry about it, okay? Believe me, I want to leave ASAP. No, it's all my fault. All my fault. Everything. I need my card. I can't leave. That's why.
Per Chantel, she had to give her ATM card to like a mutual friend or like a plug of some sort of Salah's, and the guy drove somewhere, got money for her, and then came back, which sounds totally legit and not scary. But hey, in other countries, you got to do what you got to do, I guess, okay? And then also, per Chantel, again, don't know if this is true at all, Salah was threatening her and she was fearing for her life. So in my opinion, she's getting real desperate for money, for people to feel bad for her so they can give her money.
I don't know. I'm not canceling. He wouldn't take my money. He had to give it to the person who goes to Lebanon for me. And I forgot to get it back from him. And I wasn't going to come online until you threatened my life, obviously. I don't want to be alone. You don't even care about me. You left me alone. So what? So I'm going to talk to people who do, even though there's a lot that don't.
One would think that if that is all true, that you would take that money and get the fuck up out of there, right? But it's Chantel that we're talking about. So in true Chantel fashion, she walked it all back within basically less than 24 hours. And again, I'm not saying that that's an easy situation to leave. I'm not saying that it's easy to, you know, not only the relationship, but also to leave an area that maybe you can't do stuff in. I don't know what it's like over there. Okay. I'm an ignorant white woman. So I just want to make that very, very clear and not sound again like an ignorant white woman. But this person has lied and scammed and grifted so much and made these choices. And again, it's like, okay, these are the consequences of your own actions, right?
I have my chat set to members only chat just because I don't want it to be like overwhelming and so like fast right now. I know I say. I don't know, Nina. I honestly don't think that was his intention to hurt me. I just think he doesn't realize sometimes what he says. I'm really, since coming here, worse mentally than I've ever been. And yeah, I did. Obviously, we texted back and forth when I got off the live. We came to some like agreements, and basically he promised me that no harm will come to me. And it did freak me out because like I'm in a country where like I don't have any rights, you know, so it freaked me out. I just became very insecure, and like that made me very angry. We both said very, very hurtful things to each other, and I think his mental health is getting worse too. It just spiraled, and I didn't want to take this to the internet. Like I really didn't, but like I don't know what's like wrong with me. Like I just felt like I had like nowhere to turn to, and like I felt panicked, and like I just, my own brain scares me sometimes. And I'm not like backtracking or anything, because we are definitely 100% donezo. Like we are not going to stay together. Yeah, maybe since I switched my antidepressants to the cheaper ones, I don't know what it is. It's a mixture of things, you know. It's my diary, but it is public, and it's not really fair to really put our personal stuff on blast, like public fighting, you know. I always promised him that I would never like expose anything personal, but like I did actually get like frightened the way he was talking. But I feel like he was just like really not in his right mind. Like he's just really stressed out, and I'm so impulsive. It's so ruining my life. Like really, it really is. Yeah, I realize I have to get out of here, because like I don't need to be in that kind of danger where I can't even like, I have to worry about these things, you know? I think we're just very toxic for each other, and we need to be apart. I couldn't take it, you know, like it's really hard, you know, like coming to terms with the fact that your like marriage is ending. I know a lot of people thought it was just a fake marriage, but like we were together 3 years, and we had a lot emotionally invested, and we're supposed to be soulmates and everything. And it's just like, you know, my heart was kind of broken, and it hurts, but at the same time I know it's necessary. Like we can't be together. I'm gonna have to like leave. I'm gonna keep my ticket and leave in October, because A, he did promise me no harm. 2, or B, I just can't afford it. Like I just can't. Like I had all this budgeted out. I was supposed to like stay longer, even longer than that. I have some debt payments going through, and all the super chats I made and everything will only be on the next paycheck. So I have a lot to pay. Like when I get to Canada, I need to pay last month's rent deposit whenever I find a place. And then like that's what I have the money for now. And then and I bought my flight, and then I have to, you know, I'd like to be in a new place for November 1st. I have to pay the first month's rent. I have to pay transportation from the airport. I don't want to rely on anybody for anything. I don't want to rely even on my family to get me from the airport home. And then I also have to get like a bed, which I did budget for. I budgeted everything. I have to get comforter, pillows.
Now, she's gone back and forth whether she's going to bring her cat with her. We're back to the cat that looks like it hates her. But that's just annoying in general, because it's like, you brought your cat there. What are you doing? Bring the cat back. Literally, like, doesn't cost anything extra to bring your cat. That's luggage or a carry-on, right? But good Lord, this part's insane.
So after talking more with Sulla, I've decided that it is in Julia's best interest for her not to go through the health risks and significant stress to travel 30 hours to Canada with me. Oh. I am very, very upset, but her being part Persian or snub nose is more risky for her. Even for normal nosed cats, 30 hours is a very stressful journey for them, and Julia is particularly super stressed when traveling, to the point where I am just too paranoid and worried for her to risk it. Sulla is a great cat dad, and she loves him very much. He always takes excellent care of her, and she will be okay with him here on his huge property chasing olives outside. I will miss her, but at least I know she is safe with him, and I can video chat with her. And know she is not being abandoned. She is still with one of her owners, whom she loves very much.
So she went from fearing for her life to being totally fine and leaving with her cat, then to being totally fine and like gonna leave her cat there with people who were like trying to assassinate her. It just seems weird. Again, it's kind of like Elizabeth Teckenbrock when it's like, okay, so you left your daughters with this person that you're accusing of all these horrible things? What? Chantel would also go on to claim that the reason she had a meltdown on live and started fighting with Salah was because she was on cheap 80-cent depression, or as she calls them, brain pills, and they caused her to lose her shit. She also says that she needs to work on her mental health, and he ends up getting her name brand pills over the next few days. She also claimed that she needs to work on her overall physical health, and that she has gained hundreds of pounds in over a decade and hasn't gone to therapy or received any consistent mental health support by choice. Now, she had many opportunities and money to do so, but she spent it on copious amounts of food for binging, which, hey, that's like a mental health thing too sometimes, but many people have speculated like, no, it's a like feeder kink. Yucky. Listen, I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum, but that ain't a yum. That's a yuck. And that's dangerous. Ewy. And then also, allegedly she spends it on drugs too. So like, I ain't gonna justify that. Blah. So apparently she's safe and sound now, but still says that she's going to Canada, and she live streamed for 6 hours to try to get money and like raise money to leave Syria and go back to Canada. And she also said that she might get a job when she gets back to Canada. Girl, I fucking hope so. How else are you going to survive? Like, what are you talking about?
Someone got married and I'm getting divorced. Wow, that makes me feel good. Quit being happy out there. I'm miserable in here. I'm by myself, so it's gonna be okay. 5:30. How much is 6 hours? I have enough for rent. I have enough for my plane, my deposit. So my first month's rent, the deposit for the apartment. This will really help, even if it's super chats, because they go towards my pay in October, which I'll be using to get home. I have a couple more huge debt payments, this pay and next pay. So that's why I'm kind of fundraising, and then I should be okay. Apparently landlords can do that, but that usually means that you're approved. But I don't know. If they say no, I'll be pretty gutted, because then I'll have to keep looking. Hope someone will approve me with my crappy credit. You know, I always say I have bad credit, but you know, I pay my rent and I have income. Honestly, when I get settled, I might honestly look for a part-time job, even just working from home. I hope they're legit, because I paid them a pretty penny. Pretty much everything almost everything I raised after my ticket. You don't pay without an agreement.
She also let everyone know that she did not get the apartment that she wanted. It's almost like the consequences of your own actions, because you declared multiple bankruptcies and allegedly screwed over your last landlord. It's almost like that makes you not a desirable candidate to rent from a landlord in Canada, you know?
Well, I didn't get the apartment. Am I gonna have to live in a crappy apartment like I did the first time I went to Canada? I'm trying to move up. Damn it. Maybe they look into you, like maybe they research your name and see that you're a crazy YouTuber. It's really hard. Yeah, seriously. Keep looking. Like, why bother taking the money before? Now they just have to send it back. That's what they said. They're going to send it back. You should get it back in 3 to 5 days. Yeah, I get my money back. Oh, well. It was kind of expensive anyways. Yeah, I know. Like, a lot of people don't like renting. It's like when you have YouTube as a job, it's hard. And when you have crappy credit. Nope, they just said after further consideration, so. They probably just investigate the hell out of you, and then they're like, it was really expensive. Maybe it's meant to be. What about renting a little house? Well, I don't know. I gotta friggin' figure it out. Back to the drawing board. I need more shisha. I'm stressed out. Guys, I'm so bummed out. Now I have to keep looking. Hopefully I can find something this time. It might be a Roach Motel. It was just nice. I don't know. I had everything I wanted. My plan B? Follow up with other places I've applied to, I guess. Last month's rent. I had to put. Like, just wait till the person's approved and then ask for money. Like, it's so dumb. It's like now you have to wait for the money. Like, just like. All I care about right now is getting the freaking place. That's not crappy. But it might have to be a bit crappy, I guess. I have a feeling I know why. Probably because of the type of income, my job. I don't have a great credit because of my bankruptcy in my past.
One thing that was interesting was that she said that she had to send money to secure the apartment, and that they'll be sending it back to her since she didn't get the apartment. But it's like, if you didn't get it, what are you securing? I understand an application fee, but those are typically non-refundable. Listen, it might be different in Canada, but like, that doesn't make any sense. It kind of sounds like she maybe got scammed, possibly, maybe.
Don't talk to me! I just need someone to talk to. Yeah, I'm gonna be changing my ticket. I'm gonna see if I can find a place for to move in immediately. No, I'm not okay at all. I was only waiting for October because, I need money to move, I guess, you guys just make me feel better. So I just wanted to let you know I'm gonna probably just change my flight and go home sooner. Oh.
So the show just gets shittier because it's truly wild. So she allegedly changed her ticket so that she could leave sooner, but then in true con artist fashion, there was something wrong, right? So she allegedly went to the airport and then fainted on the bus at the airport, like to the terminal or something. And she had to call Salah to drive hours to come get her and bring her home. If I was him, which I wouldn't be, but if I was, I wouldn't be. But if I was, I'd just fucking leave her. No, we're separated. Bye. Goodbye. Don't care.
Chantal went to an airport today and apparently fainted.
I put my thumbnail as, so the pictures in my thumbnail, if you want to have a look. Basically,
There's a banana and juice in a box. And then there's the proof that I changed my flight, because I know people already. I shouldn't be appealing to the negative. And I'm stuffy because I sneezed like 50 times just now. This is why I want to change. Hold on a minute. I got to try to put members only.
I love how the proof is just a little itty bitty tiny little text box that definitely can't be changed or anything, right?
Okay, can you hear me now? It won't let me change. I don't want to talk. I don't want just anyone in my chat. I don't want negative, annoying people.
Oh, of course, because it's everyone else's fault, right?
Yeah, Lyra, I have a right to do members only.
The people have the right to leave, because why would you want to stay at that point?
Okay, so, I fainted, yeah. Well, I mean, I think, like, basically what happened was, so I barely had, like, any sleep today. Like, basically I changed my, no, I don't want an echo chamber. I just don't want lies and bullshit and people being negative for nothing. I'm trying to tell what happened to me, so what's the drama?
You could make a community post, you could make a pre-recorded video. Those are always some options, but will you? Nah.
So last night, as you guys know, my mental health is, like, messed up. I freaked out.
I couldn't. Oh, fine, since you guys are so insistent, I'll play it again.
Don't talk to me!
I get on the bus and there's nowhere to sit, so I'm standing, which is normally the case. I'm holding a bar. And, like, I just remember feeling, like, lightheaded. And then almost like everything was like almost like in a dream, but falling asleep. But I don't remember. Like, I blacked out for, like, I don't know. The next thing I remember, I'm, like, on the ground and people are, like, around me. And I was just like, what the hell? I like, did not understand. Like, yeah, I, like, totally passed out. But I was, like, feeling a bit lightheaded and dizzy just before that.
And again, I'm not going to pretend like I know what the like healthcare infrastructure is like in Syria, but it's just fishy because she fainted. I mean, everything's fishy, but she fainted and had to have him come get her. And now she's too sick to fly and she hasn't booked a doctor's appointment yet. I don't know. Another fishy thing is that she apparently forgot she was sick halfway through the live stream. Hilarious. Iconic. Slay girl. Forget your own lies. Love it. So again, this is just a great example of the cycles that con artists go through. And I really, in my opinion, she's a con artist, but I really do think it's just truly, truly fascinating that like, it's just this cycle of lies. You're just like, oh, well, like I'm trying to leave, but like something happened to where I couldn't. But that way it like distracts people from, okay, but are you going to go do that thing that people gave you money for? Or are you like, oh, well, she tried to, but she got really sick and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like excuse after excuse after excuse. That part is fascinating to me. Obviously, you know, I don't want people to be scammed by her. I don't think people should give her money, but also again, in situations like this, it's like, it's hard for me to feel bad for the victims. I wouldn't even call them victims, to the people who are giving her money. Obviously, if they like wise up and like realize, oh my God, like I really did get duped, whatever, then okay, yeah, listen, we all get duped sometimes. That's okay. That's okay. All right. Happens to the worst of us and the best of us. Anyways, your butt looks so good if you're watching this. Actually, only if you're subscribed. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, I have a gross story to tell you. Did you know that on one of Foodie Beauty's live streams or posts or whatever, she said the other day that she woke up in the middle of the night and what woke her up was doo-doo coming out of her butt. Hot liquid. If you're not subscribed, I wish that on you. I don't make the rules, but that's going to happen to you if you don't subscribe. If you do subscribe, girl, you have a hairless butthole and it is so beautiful and you look so good and your butt looks so good and your nail beds are fabulous and perfect. Your cheekbones are so high and sculpted. You are so smart, so resilient, so beautiful. I am so proud of you. Whatever you have accomplished today, even if you done fucked up today, I'm still so proud of you for doing that. Someone left a hilarious comment saying like how they like really messed up at work. And they were like, and they like quoted me saying like, even if you messed up today, I'm really proud of you. And they were like, thanks. Love that for you. I mean, obviously like, try to do better tomorrow. But if something bad has happened to you today, guess what? Your day can just get better. The worst part of your day is over. Like Sherilyn Dale's husband has said many times. It's one of the like Brent-isms, other than like, yeah, buddy, is the worst part of my day is over if like something bad happens. I love that. Delusional optimism. That's what you deserve if you're subscribed to my channel. If you're not subscribed, again, leaky butthole, dead to me, gross butthole, flat ass, Ozempic butt. Bitch, I got that. I got Ozempic butt right now. It's disgusting. But if I could subscribe to my own channel, bitch, I would have cheeks for weeks. Okay. Anyways, I'll see you in my next video. Stay spicy, delusional, assertive, all of those things. And goodbye.